Good morning, students. I hope you're doing really well and welcome back to Business Accounting. As you can see on the point, I have mentioned something that few points to discuss. Right now, first thing, without wasting any time, that I have to discuss with you all is this. Now, from my all lectures previously, which I have uploaded on YouTube, looks like hardly anyone has seen those videos. Very few students have seen. I can come to know by the view count. Then the thing is, I have asked you previously to send me the summary on my email ID. Okay, on official email ID, approx around 5 to 6 students have sent me the summary. There are around 41 students in my class for business accounting, and hardly anyone has sent the summary which I have asked you long back. So hardly anyone sent that. Then in the previous lecture, I gave you a problem to solve, correct, on journal entries. From that, only three students at the time of recording this lecture, only three students have sent me the solution to the problem, or at least made an attempt to solve the problem. Yes, there are some mistakes, but that's okay. You will understand which mistake you made when I solve the problem by myself. I'll show you what mistake you must have made. But rest students have not submitted the entire solution to the problem or did not made any attempts to solve the problem. Maybe you are a commerce student, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't submit your homework. Now, if you haven't watched my videos yet, previous lectures, let me give you a warning by now only. These videos, including this one, will be live till Wednesday afternoon only. Including this lecture as well as previous lecture will be available till Wednesday, this Wednesday, till afternoon time only. And you all have to submit the solution as well as a summary of the problem, summary of the last lectures and solution to the problem. You have time till Wednesday afternoon to send me the mail. Okay, as well as at the same time I'm giving you an extra problem to solve, which is this. Those who have already solved the problem previously, you can just go ahead with solving this particular problem. Those who haven't solved the first one also, you have two problems to solve or make an attempt to solve the problem. You have time till Wednesday afternoon to send me the email thing. After that, I won't be asking you again to send a problem, neither I will keep the lectures live in the YouTube section. So I repeat once again, you have time till Wednesday afternoon to see or watch all my previous lectures and raise any doubts if you have, and submit the summary, the solution of my first problem, and submit the solution of this particular problem. Now once you submit the particular solution, I may not reply, I will just check the solution. I will note down any mistake that you may have done, and I will resolve those mistakes when in the next lecture where I am solving the particular problem. So I repeat again, till Wednesday, you have a deadline to submit the solution of first problem, of second problem, that is which you can see right now, and the summary of previous lecture in one document. Just brief summary, around 10 sentences or whatever, a brief paragraph I want. Okay, so let's move on to the next thing. Basically the same thing I'm just revising over here, where in the first lecture I showed you this particular problem where it is the first problem which I have solved, correct, all the Mr. Rajan to receive commission. Now again I'm repeating the steps to solve the particular problem. Very easy. First step is to understand the transaction, what actually happened in the transaction. Sales of goods, sales of furniture, what actually happened. Understand the meaning in your own language first. Second, identify the accounts affected. Which are the accounts affected over there? Let's say goods sold On cash, sales account is affected and cash account is affected. Identify which accounts are affected. Third is then identify those affected account, they fall under which account. There are three accounts: personal, real and nominal. Once you identify that, then identify the understand their rules that apply applicable to particular account. For example, cash account you found out affected, cash is a real account you found out, real account rule is debit what comes in, credit what goes out. After you understand all this, then you enter the transaction. Now how do you enter the transaction? I have showed you the journal pro forma which I have showed in the first lecture, as well as the how to enter the transaction. Simple. You have a date column, particulars column, debit and credit side, and I've been before that ledger folio column. Nothing, it's nothing but it just mentions the page number where you will put this particular transaction into ledger. You don't have to worry about it, that is that you can ignore. But first date, particulars, ledger folio, debit and credit side, where you just mention the particulars, which account got debited to which account got credited. Write the amount in respective columns, and in the bracket you write a small narration explaining the transaction. All right, this is how you solve the particular transactions. Let me just go overview at the end. I'm just finishing this lecture. This is just a lecture for you to warn you all, how many of you have submitted a problem solution to the problem, how many of you are not sent me the particular summary. Almost only few students have sent me. I don't want to take the names of those students who have sent me, but the number is less. Solution has been sent by 3 students at the moment, at the time, at this time of I'm recording lecture. Rest 41 students are there. If you remove 3, it becomes 38. These many students have not submitted the particular solution to the problem. All right, that's your homework. It was, yes, it may not have marks into that, it doesn't consider as a marks, but it's for your betterment, so that when the exams comes you are not having any difficulties. And during that time, if you are not asking difficulty at this moment, I'm sorry, I won't be able to solve the difficulty at the end moment. So please submit the problems, solution to the problems, so you can identify any mistakes that you have made. Because those 3 students who have already sent me, each one has made some mistake. They will understand what they are when I solve the problem. But it's very important that you make a mistake also, so that you understand what not to do in the real examination. So please send me the solution to all the problems. 2 problems which I have given you right now. The first one which you have not solved yet, and second one which I just gave you now. Okay. Now let's do a small revision of this particular bit. You can skip the lecture from right now. Okay, those who want to uh, those who, if you want, if you know all this problem, you can just stop the lecture here right now. You can go. My lecture actually ended over here, but if you want to listen just small revision, here it goes. Now in the first problem I have told you the transactions are there. First one is Mr. Rajan invested in business rupees 20,000. Okay, now simple transaction where Mr. Rajan is the owner. Okay, is the owner, he's invested money into the business is separate and the owner is separate as per the dual aspect concept. Now as money is been invested into business, that money is called as capital. Okay, that thing is called as capital. Now in terms of business point of view, the cash is coming in, right? 20,000 rupees is coming in, so cash account is affected. And the money that you invest, the investment is called as into business, is called as capital account. Okay, so cash account is affected and capital account is affected. Capital account is a personal account because it is representative of a person, Mr. It is representative of Mr. Rajan. Okay, so cash account is a real account. Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Cash is coming in, so cash account will be debited. And capital account is a personal account. Debit receiver, credit giver. Mr. Rajan is giving you the money, is the giver of the money, so capital account will be credited. Opened an account with Bank of India by depositing rupees 10,000, you are opening an account with the particular bank, that is Bank of India. Now, from point of view of a company, from the point of view of a company, the money is going out, right? It's your money, right? But it's going out from your business and going to into a bank. So cash is going out. So cash account will be credited because rule is what? Real account, debit what comes in, credit what goes out. So cash is going out, so cash will be credited. The Bank of India is receiving your money, right? You're depositing money over there, that's why they are receiving the money. Bank of India is a personal account. Okay, it is representative of a bank. So Bank of India is a personal account. Personal account rule is what? Debit the receiver, credit the giver. Bank of India is receiving your money, hence Bank of India account is debited. Then purchase of goods for cash rupees 500. Here you are purchasing goods for cash rupees 500. So when you purchase goods, you make a separate account called purchases. Okay, there is no account called goods. All right, it's a miscellaneous stuff, so goods are not considered as a account. So purchase account is there and cash account is there. Okay. Okay, so then in the purchases, when purchase is an expense, okay, it's an expenditure that you are making, so purchase is a nominal account. And in second account is obviously affected is cash account. Now when you make a purchase, the cash is coming in or going out? Cash is going out, right? So you are paying something, so cash is going out, so cash account will be credited because credit what goes out as the rule of real account. Purchase is an expenditure, you're making expenses, right? And it is a nominal account. Rule of nominal account is debit all expenses and credit all profits and gains. So purchase is an expense, so debit purchase account. Second is purchase machinery for cash. When you purchase an asset, I repeat, an asset, you have to make a separate account of that particular asset. It can be machinery, it can be furniture, it can be a building, and so on, any fixed asset. So machinery account has to be made for cash rupees 8,000. So cash is going out again. Real account it is, rule is what? Credit what goes out, so cash account will be credited. Machinery account is a fixed asset. Okay, it's a asset, it's a real account, it's a tangible thing, it's a non-living tangible thing, so it's a real account. Debit what comes in? Machinery is coming in, right? You are purchasing machinery, hence machinery is coming in, so machinery account will be debited. The next cash purchase of goods is same transaction as the first one, that is purchase of goods, just words are changed. Next is cash sales. You are selling goods or selling something on cash basis, so here cash is coming in, right? And other account affected is sales account. The way you make purchase account, same way you make sales account. Now when you sell goods, you just make sales account. When you sell a particular asset, you make separate asset account. Just where you make account for purchase of any asset, same way you make separate account of purchase of any asset, sorry, sale of any asset. Okay, but here cash sale nothing is mentioned, so it's basically you assume it's a good. So two accounts are affected, that is cash and sales. All right, cash is coming in because you're selling stuff, right? When you sell something, the cash comes in, right? So cash is real account, debit what comes in. Sales account, okay, sales account is an expense, sales is a account is an nominal account. Okay, debit all expenses, credit all profits and gains or revenue. Sales is a revenue, right? It's a receipt of money, right? Because of sales you're receiving money, so it's an receipt, it's an revenue. Nominal account rule states what? Credit all profits and gains and revenue, so sales account will be credited. Withdrew cash for personal use rupees 200. Simple transaction. When you withdraw cash for personal use, the money is going out of the business, right? Somebody is withdrawing money from the business, so cash is going out. Okay, that is understood. Then When you withdraw money, it is separate account is made called drawings account. Okay, all the data of these withdrawals are kept under an account called drawings account. Okay, so drawings account. Now cash is going out, so cash account will be credited. Now drawings account is a personal account because somebody is drawing the money, right? Someone is drawing, a person is drawing the money, so it's a personal account. Rule is what? Debit the receiver, credit the giver. The person is receiving the money, means drawings account is receiving the money, so debit the receiver, so drawings account will be debited and cash account will be credited. Purchase goods from Pitam on credit basis rupees 600. Here the name of the seller is given from whom you are purchasing. Okay, and how you are purchasing it is mentioned. So purchase goods, goods no account is, so purchase account is there and Pritam account is there. So purchase account is expenditure, it's an expense, you are paying something. So nominal account, debit all expenses, so purchase account will be debited. Pritham is a personal account, right? Now Pritham is a personal account. Pritham is selling you goods, right? So she is the giver of the goods, right? She is a personal account. She is the giver of the good. Personal account rule is what? Debit the receiver, credit the giver. Pritham is a personal account, so she is giving you the money. So Pritham account will be credited. So purchase account debited to Pritham account credited. Narration being goods, so being goods purchased from Pritham on credit basis. Next one, received cash from Neeraj. Simple. Cash account is affected and Neeraj account is affected. Cash is coming in. So cash account will be debited because rule is what? Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Neeraj is a personal account. Now he is the giver of the money, right? He's giving you the money. Personal account rule is what? Debit receiver, credit the giver. So Neeraj account will be credited. Paid rent. Rent is an expense. Okay, rent is a nominal account. Now what kind of nominal account is this? This is a payment expenditure you're making, right? So debit all expenses, debit all losses, right? Debit all expenses, losses. So and credit profit, credit all profit and gain. So rent account will be debited because it's an expense. Okay, and it's a where you're paying the money, so debit all expenses. So rent account will be debited and nothing is mentioned, so it is assumed that it is paid in cash. So cash is going out, cash is real account, debit what comes in, credit what goes out, so cash account will be credited. Other side, last transaction received commission rupees 175. Similarly, commission is a nominal account, you're receiving some money, right? Is commission, it's a type of money. Okay, it means it's a something benefit that you're getting, just like rent. It's not a cash as such, right? It's an expenditure, right? It's not a cash that you see, it's a rent, it's a term that given. Same way commission you're receiving, right? So you're receiving commission, you may pay commission also. It is never like that you only receive commission, you also pay. When you pay commission, it becomes expenditure. When you receive commission, it's become a revenue. I hope you understand the difference between the two. The previous transaction, you paid rent. That's why it's an expenditure. Okay, that's why it is debited. Let's say you received a rent, it's an revenue, right? So that then you will credit the particular rent. Debit all expenses, credit all profits and gains and revenues. Okay, so simple English that you have to understand whether it is received or paid. Last transaction you received a commission, so it's a revenue, it's a nominal account but it's a revenue. So credit all profits and gains, so commission account will be credited. Commission, then what is coming in inside? Cash is coming in, right? It is received commission by cash, it is nothing is mentioned, so cash it is, so cash is coming in. Cash is a real account. Debit all, debit what comes in. Okay, so commission, so cash account will be debited to commission account rupees 175. This is how you solve a particular transaction very easily without thinking too much. Just follow the rules that I have given you, that 4 steps. And if you understand the three accounting rules, that is real account, personal account, nominal account, enough for you, easy to solve you all the problems. Okay, Just think how to remember that which account is debited, which account is credited. You write the correct amount and you write correct narration. Simple English is enough. Okay. So to end with this, I have just revised the entire problem once again. Again, I'm telling you, submit the solution to the problem, the first problem which I gave, which is this. Solve this problem, and new problem which I'm giving you right now is this. I want the solution of this on my email ID by Wednesday afternoon. Also, you have that much deadline to watch all my lectures, including this one and previous lectures, till Wednesday afternoon. I won't be repeating all these things again. All right, you have this much time. So I cannot force you all to submit a problem again and again. I cannot do that multiple times, right? The lectures are available to you all, were available to you all 24/7. You could have watched the lectures, but hardly anybody is watching. So I cannot help much. You are at least at your home, you have ample amount of time. At least you can watch the lectures at least once and solve the problem. It takes around 20 minutes to solve this particular problems. All right, around 10 minutes it will take you. Let's say 20 minutes to solve one problem, 40 minutes to solve two problems, and 10 minutes to write a small summary of previous all lectures. So please send me the solution summary, two solutions, one summary. That's it. So I will see you in the next lecture, where I will give a feedback on how many of you submitted, and I'll solve the problem which I have already, first one which I have given, and this one if the time is there. So till then, take care. Bye bye.